Hello, good afternoon. So it's been a while since I've done a video update of the hive, so I apologize for how long it's been. But I am actually ready to do my first extraction from the Flow Hive 1. Real quick, I'll take the side off here. I am not doing this exterior one because obviously this one is not complete. It's full of honey that is likely cured, but it's not full and it's not capped yet. But I have done the inspection on the inside of the hive, and basically all of these inner ones are full and capped. About maybe a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I don't know, I did do an extraction of this. It has been fully refilled and capped. So today, I believe I'm going to do an extraction of at least 3 of these. And so we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm going to try it out, and then we're going to go ahead and get things kicked off. Ooh, gotta keep things in frame here, sorry. There's a handful of ants I'm going to take care of real quick before I do any of this. Now when I did the extraction last time, there was a little bit of runoff honey that came into the bottom, and just went into the little bottom board. I have a screen bottom board, so it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just smushing some little sugar ants over here. But because of that, I was able to basically take the bottom board out, set it over off to the side, and let the bees reclaim all that honey and put it back in, which worked out really great. So today I'm going to do an extraction, I believe of 3 frames. I have 3 little half-gallon jars. I believe each frame is going to fill up at least 1 half-gallon jar, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to pause it real quick while I get everything set up, and I am going to take care of a few more of these little sugar ants that are on the side to make sure they don't create a problem. And I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, I am back. Sorry, that was a quick pause, but I took the roof off just to double check. I had ordered a new replacement inner cover, so I went ahead and put this in, and then the reason I had ordered this was because there was a little bit of a gap in the other one, and I think some water damage. And so there were these little sugar ants that were getting in and kind of setting up residence. The bees are good at taking care of them, I've found, especially if it's a good healthy colony, which mine is. But it's just an annoyance and kind of a nuisance, so we took care of it. So anyway, all that said, I still have the roof off, but I'm going to go ahead and do the extraction here. And we're going to do 2 jars. Oh, and I just realized I left my little flow rod for the key for the top, so I'll be right back. Let me go get that. Alright, so this is my very first time doing an extraction on 2 jars at the same time. So basically what we do is insert the key partially, and then crack those frames, let that go, and pretty much immediately you see that honey draining out. Boop. And into the jar. And now we'll do the same thing over here. So I'll do that one. About partially the way in. And it's like 100+ degrees right now, so everything should be nice and liquidy and quick to drain. And there we go. This is real time. No speed up or anything, but you can see both of those are doing good. And they're not quite fully filling the tube, so I'm going to go ahead and crack the top a little bit further. Get a little bit more going. There we go. That should add a little bit more flow. I think just because it's so hot, the viscosity of the honey is really low, so it's flowing like water, basically, just because of the temperature. But you can see this is filling up pretty quickly. And again, these are half-gallon jars. In the past, I've gotten about, not quite, but about a half a gallon per jar. Or per frame, excuse me. I'm anticipating this should be about the same. Go ahead and, because of how quickly these are draining, I'm going to go ahead and do a little more of the frame. There we go. Now, interestingly, look on the top here, I'm cracking the frame that these guys are standing on. They're not disturbed at all. And we'll go in there, do a little more of that one too. Alright, that one's fully open. Fully open. So they're both fully cracked. You can see on the window over here, little to no disruption. Bees on the front of the hive, still coming and going, little to no disruption. This is the old bottom board that I took out. I'll show you in a minute on the front where the little sugar ants were set up. Meanwhile, these are pouring out now. I've got them fully cracked. Lovely little frames. Filling up quick. And there's no filtration, there's no anything. That's just fresh honey. Straight from the frames to the jar here. No processing, nothing in the middle. Pretty fantastic. No, I do have a few little sugar ants that have decided to crawl inside of that jar that I need to take care of. So I'll get them out. I need to keep an eye on that. Make sure they don't. There we go. I got him. He crawled up. And he crawled up too. Well, way to make it easy, guys. There were two that had crawled inside. Just gotta keep an eye on it. Make sure I don't get any more in there. It's just this hive. My other hive doesn't have any issues with sugar ants. I've put, you can see the diatomaceous earth. Every time it rains, it hardens, so I gotta keep putting it out here. It did help. I've also got, you can see on the thing over there, we've got some cinnamon. I've tried a lot of homeopathic, non-invasive treatments. I'm trying to do as much as I can to keep them at bay, but also, you know, not hurt the bees or have issues. Really, the best treatment is just me coming out here and squishing them, which I do pretty often. Let's take a look at these. Nice, they're almost full. A little more on the left frame than there is on the right. So essentially I'm not gonna make you sit through the whole process here, but I can sit through and let these fully drain and come to a complete stop, and then once they do, then I can do the next jar. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Oh, we got one bee coming to check it out. Alright, so I have put the key back in and locked down those two cells, so they're back closed, and you'll see almost immediately the bees start going to work on the inside frames, cleaning up that honey, and then they'll start fixing the wax again and start filling it back up. I'm obviously not done with the God, sugar ants are everywhere. We're not done with the outside frame here. It didn't get fully filled up yet, so I'm not going to be draining that one. I am going to drain this one, and this one, the inside is completed, but the outside is not done yet, so I'm going to leave that one. So I'm just going to do this one more jar. These guys are finishing up drizzling and dripping out. But basically filled a half gallon. That's a half gallon. Still going at it. Left side was a little bit more than the right. And again, you can see they're just, everybody's cool. Not an issue. So this is one of the main reasons that I like the Flow Hive. You know, there's definitely advantages and disadvantages to both traditional hive and or traditional extraction methods. But my favorite is, I haven't tasted these yet, but last year anyway, each frame had its own unique flavor profile. Once I get them inside and get them bottled up, I'll go ahead and taste them. But I'm sure that'll be the case. Outside of that, you guys have a great day. Thanks.